Okay, we're on to step 3 of this bread making. So right now I prepared my table. It's got flour on it, okay? And over here is the dough that we had proofing a while back. So you see that it's risen to approximately 3 times its original height or volume. Okay, so now I'm just going to poke it down and get my rings all off. Got some of them over here. Got a lot of them on today, good lord. We're going to leave that one on. That one's going to piss me off. Okay, here we go. Okay. Just peeling it in, and this is so crazy easy. Just roll it out onto the board. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to dry this flour out, or this dough out with some flour, and turn it into a workable mass, and that's what's going to turn this into bread. One of them is going to be garlic, roasted garlic like I told you, and I'm going to saute that garlic until it's slightly brown, and I'm going to put it in the oven for a few more minutes until it roasts out. Okay? Another one is going to be, well, that's going to have cracked peppercorns and sea salt, kosher sea salt. The second one is going to have sesame seeds on the top, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the third one yet. Maybe I'll make 2 sesame seeds, because those seem to be pretty fun. And if people don't like sesame seeds, well, they can just pick them off, because they're good. Now, how you make the sesame seeds stick to the top of the bread is first you're going to bake the bread until it's almost done, because you don't want to burn the sesame seeds. Then you're going to take an egg white and create an egg wash. Brush that egg white once it's whipped. You're going to brush it over the bread, however you prepare the bread. And then sprinkle all your seeds on. And they're going to be all over the place, of course, but that's okay. Then when you bake it, the seeds will stay on, and they won't just come falling off, because if you don't put them, connected somehow, they're just not going to last. Okay, so all we're doing is just turning this dough over and over until it gathers all the flour. Now on Mondays, when I do my speakeasy, this is pretty much what I do. Right now what's been done is the roast is prepared, the asparagus and carrots are still resting, the root vegetables are in the oven and they are absolutely amazing. Let's see, I've already prepared the cheese trays, the fruit tray, the Mediterranean salad is ready, and the very next video that I do, which is not going to be this one, is going to be showing you how to spin the fresh balsamic vinaigrette, which a lot of people buy, dressing from the store. You don't have to. It's so easy, and it's really good. So as long as you have a blender or a food processor, you can do it. Now, you want to make this dough so that it's not quite wet, but it should be spongy and not too dry. So you're going to look for something that pushes back against you, and it's not quite there yet. But when we're done, oh my goodness. People have been asking me for years to show them how I make my bread. Bread makers, schmed maker. I would rather do it by hand. It's just like my floors. When I mop my floors, I don't use a mop. Okay, we're still a little bit too moist, so we're going to dry it off a little bit more. Again, the drier you get the bread, without making it bone dry, the more it's going to rise evenly, and you won't have those big holes and gaps inside, which make it kind of difficult to cut. Every time you push it in, you push that flour in, it's gathering onto itself and making this bread, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger in volume, even though it was really huge when it was rising. Now, it's bigger in volume because I'm adding volume to it with the flour. That's JR. He has a thing about the doorbell. There's been some pretty magical stuff happening today with JR. Magical because we discovered a Santa Claus. That's all I'm going to say about that. And thank you, Santa Claus. Okay. We are pretty darn close. Let's see, look what's happening. Oh, I'm going to show you. See how that's doing that? We're probably about a minute away. So, rather than leave it with any potential air pockets in it, we're going to add just a little bit more flour and then we're going to call it done. Rest is easy. In case you don't have the time to sit around and watch this video, which you might want to save it because this is the easy. If you go back to my feed, you're going to find 3 videos creating bread. It's the simplest thing ever and it doesn't take very long. Each step takes about 5-6 minutes and then you're done. You go on to the next step later. So you have time to do stuff. And JJ, no, I was not doing laundry. Ryan was doing laundry today. I've been cooking all day. This is how you feed large groups of people on a very big budget, a very small budget. You make things that can be made for groups of people. We went to, let's put it like this, we went to the Freshfield Farms market today, spent $38 and came home with 8 bags of vegetables. What? Yep. Fruits and vegetables too, which is even better. Okay, so here we go. This dough is now pretty magic. It's a little tiny bit sticky, which we definitely want. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make it rest now. Take it, roll it over on itself, okay, and get ready to cut it. I have an interesting child. Alright, I told you we were going to make 3 loaves out of this, so I'm just arranging it so I can cut it. That's going to be 1 loaf. That's going to be 1 loaf. And the loaves are really easy. They're probably the easiest part of all. There's so many ways to make loaves. When I have the time, I will braid them. Take 3 long strands, braid it, bring it around into a circle, stuff like that. You can make challah. My daughter makes really good challah. Challah. But what I do is a little different. I'm usually a little more pressed for time, like most people would be that want to make fresh bread in their lives. My mother used to wake up and make fresh tortillas every day. Oh. I walked out. Okay. Just hand it to me. That was JR's fault. JR just locked Dada and him out. Okay. So they're going to go get him. So I'll finish this later.